Hi everyone, I'm Shauna and welcome to my channel. Today it's an empties video. It's my fall empties. I have, I think, a good amount. I know in the past, I think my last empties video had just a little bit too much stuff in it, or was just a jam-packed empties, but this one is feeling a little bit more manageable. I have my bin. You'll probably see this little corner as I pull out products. Before we begin, I do want to say that I have a lot of mini and sample products in here because of my mini and sample project pan. I'm not going to be reviewing everything of those products because you get mini reviews in those videos. I will highlight some of the things, like my favorites or least favorites, or maybe a couple of the big ones, but most certainly not everything. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is this. So this is the Body Shop Chamomile Silky Cleansing Oil. This took me over a year to finish, and there is just like the tiniest sliver of product in there, maybe 2 uses left, and I do not want this hanging around until December for 2 uses. So you have it now and it will be finished in just a couple of days. I love it. It's my favorite kind of cleansing product I've ever used, and it gets the makeup off so well. I really did love this. However, cleansing oils are expensive. Like, it is what it is. Even if you get it from the drugstore, it just feels like an expensive product for what it is. And what I'm using after this is probably a controversial product, but I'm gonna be using coconut oil. And I think that it's to use that and then replace it, it's gonna last you a long time and it's really cheap. I know coconut oil does not agree with everybody's skin, which is fine. If it's not for you, totally fine. But I have used it and I've liked it and my skin has been fine with it. And so it just feels like a really economical option. And I don't really care about the cleansing oil. Like, I just want the product to come off. And a cleansing oil is not a skincare ingredient that I really want to dump my money into, because it doesn't really have any benefits for your skin, because you are washing it off and its purpose is just to remove your makeup. So I am going with coconut oil for that reason. The next thing is the hand and body lotion in the beach scent from Green Cricket. I'm pretty sure this is a Canadian brand. This is vegan, it's cruelty free. It has no gluten, no SLS or PEGs, no parabens, and no artificial fragrance or colors. And that's, I think, that no fragrance and vegan was probably one of the reasons why I bought it. It just was not moisturizing enough for the summer, for the winter, no matter what. And I was always reapplying this or putting something on top. And you don't want to be doing that. Like, you want your moisturizer to just work. And yeah, they have a little Made in Canada logo on here. And I do like supporting Canadian brands when I can. So this I would not repurchase at all. The next empty is this Catrice Blonde Mask. This mask, I think you can see some of the remnants inside. It is so purple and it will stain your hands. Not for a very long time, but definitely for a little while. It is my favorite blonde mask I have ever used. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing, but it's like 80 bucks or 70 bucks. I did buy this off my hairstylist like 2 years ago. It has lasted me for 2 years. I finished the last of it up when I was having that little bit of a hair disaster back in September. I loved it. It's not cruelty free though, and I don't really have a need for it now either way. I feel like there has to be other purple masks out there that are vegan, that are cruelty free, that have better ingredients, and that aren't $80. Another kind of more luxury hair care item. This is the Bumble & Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil Heat UV Protective Primer. This is not really meant for my hair type. It says on here for dry to very dry hair. I have oily hair, like an oily scalp. My hair can look really oily really quick. This was okay. I don't really care all that much about my heat protectants. In the last year, I have heat styled my hair or put heat on my hair 5 times or less, like in one year since last October. So I don't really have a need for a heat protectant anymore. And I've always kind of gone high end for those. The current one I have is it's a living proof. I don't need an expensive heat protectant. If I do repurchase that kind of product category, it's probably going to be from like Will.ca and one of those brands like Giovanni or something. This did last me a long time. Like heat protectants last me over a year, sometimes 1.5 to 2 years. So if you have dry hair, this will probably be good for you. And it does say 24 months. So if you have this for 2 years, you're totally fine. You can see I was like really using this. This is the Way Repair Conditioner. This smells amazing. This is one of the best smelling hair products I have ever used. I'm gonna be completely honest. I bought this last year because I got this in a sample and I loved the smell, and I bought this because of the smell. I do not have a hair type where I need to be using repairing products at all. I have the shampoo and I'm really hoping to finish that by the end of the year to get it out, because that's, I think, the last of the repairing products that I have, except for like I have some dandruff products, which those can sit for 3 years and I'm fine. Like when you need dandruff products, you need them. I thought this was really great, but not for my hair type. Okay, folks, a body wash. I got 2 of these for $10 last July. I remember it very vividly because you get like a $10 reward for the Body Shop on your birthday. And these 2 were $10 and I got them for free, and I brought them with me to Chicago. I brought one of these to Chicago. This does smell really lovely. And I think the point of that is that I'm using the second one now. Body washes don't tend to last that long. I feel like bar soaps last much longer because I'm always like, I don't know what that motion was, but I'm always using way too much of this, like way too much. The scent is nice, but I can't be using this kind of fragrance products on my skin. It makes my body break out, and it's just like, it's too much. It's overpowering. So it is nice and it is a great scent, but just, it's not my preference anymore. Another Body Shop item. This is the Drops of Light Pure Clarifying Foam Wash with brightening red algae extract. This was okay. I'm moving away from the Body Shop because they're too fragranced. All of their products across the board are too fragranced, and their ingredient deck is just okay at best. And I'm pretty sure regular price this retails for $24, if not more. I know I got this on a sale, like a major sale, and I bought a lot of the Body Shop products that like you're seeing here or like you've seen in the past. Yeah, there's at least 2 other full-size Body Shop products in here, and I bought them all at the same time. Their ingredients are just not great, and I feel like I can do better. And I really wish that the Body Shop had cleaner ingredients and even better packaging, because they are a socially conscious brand and they're trying to do good work with their ingredient sourcing, their employment, and things like that. Sorry, their production. So I want to support the brand, but their ingredients are not good. I wouldn't repurchase that. I guess I'll talk about the other Body Shop products now. I had the matching moisturizer, the Body Shop Drops of Light Pure Healthy Brightening Day Cream. It has a funky smell now because I think it's like it's expired now. It's been sitting in here for a couple of months, and I did have it for less than 12 months because I bought this last December around Christmas. So, we're less than 12 months. The same thing applies. The ingredient deck on here is not great. And this is a product that sits on your face and you don't wash it off. I definitely wouldn't buy this again. The tub is very substantial and it is glass, so it's recyclable, which is great. And glass is easier to recycle than plastic. I'm pretty sure that you can use it more times than plastic. So I appreciate that. I'm gonna be a broken record. Ingredient deck is not great. This is the Body Shop Tea Tree Skin Clearing Clay Mask. This was in my project pan. It's finished. My project pan has taught me that masks last way longer than ever expected. This had a 12 month shelf life, and it's been less than 12 months. This was just okay. I do like a clay mask, but this just wasn't satisfying. It didn't really dry down in that like kind of satisfying clay mask way. I wouldn't repurchase this. I'm a broken record with the ingredients, and that's also like a big component of why I wouldn't repurchase. Okay, let's talk about another hand cream. This is the Lavito Inspired by Nature Aromatic Body Lotion in Mandarin Orange and Bergamot. I got this in a FabFit Fun Box. It was a spring box, and it must have been 2018. Definitely, I don't think it was 2019, but it was a couple of years ago, and it took a while for me to get around to this. But once I started it, it only took a couple of months to use it, like maybe 6. But this is not a product that is moisturizing. My hands still felt dry after I used it, and I would be reapplying multiple layers of this. It smells nice, maybe a little too fragrant for my liking. I wouldn't go out of my way to repurchase this. I wouldn't. This product doesn't even make me interested in the brand. So, okay, let's talk about a product that I did really like. This is the All Good Reef Friendly Sport Sunscreen SPF 30. I got this in a CosBox, and they do sell this in Canada. Well.ca has this, but I was looking at the All Good website. This retails for like $8 or $9.99 in the US, but like $20 on Well.ca. This is the best sunscreen I've ever used for my face, and I was an idiot and purchased a different sunscreen because near the end, I felt like this was maybe a little too mattifying for my skin. So I went, you know what? I'll just try something new. I can always come back to this, and I regret it. It is a little bit on the mattifying side, so I feel like if you have dry skin, I don't know if you will like it. It has a very specific dry down, but I would totally repurchase this, and I probably will in the future. This has been really amazing. This is a B Corp company, 1% for the planet, and it is vegan and it is reef safe. So that's really awesome. It's a socially conscious brand. So this is 100% love it, would repurchase. So these are the CosRX Acne Pimple Master Patches. I really did like these. These were awesome. I'm using something from a different brand right now, and I think I just like these a little bit more, so I would definitely repurchase these in the future. These 2 minis are from my Project Pan. I really liked this, but it's not a vegan scent. And if I were to go to the Body Shop and buy something scented, it would be in this almond milk and honey because it is more on the gentler side and not really strong and overpowering. So I did like this scent, and I'm kind of sad to see it go. And the last thing is that Ren Ready Steady Glow Daily AHA Tonic. This was okay. A very interesting product, the Body Shop Vitamin C Glow Protect Lotion SPF 30. I love this. This has been gone for some time. It didn't last that long. It was like a 3-month product. I love this, and I really liked having my moisturizer and sunscreen in one. And I did look for that when I was repurchasing moisturizers, but I wasn't really finding anything that I liked and that was vegan and wasn't very scented. And I would repurchase this again because I really, really did like it, but the Body Shop ingredients are just not great. So this one just feels like a weird one because I really liked it and I miss it, but the ingredients are just not great. Next up is the e.l.f. Illuminating Mist and Set Setting Spray. I really did like this, and I'm sad to see it go. This was basically brand new in my Project Pan, and I would totally buy this or one of their other setting sprays in this packaging because this one interested me enough and I liked it enough to explore other options in this range. Oh, okay, so this is the other CosRX pimple patch, like that one as well. A couple of really great samples that I want to highlight from that mini sample Project Pan if you never saw it. The Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow Face Primer and the Glossier You Fragrance. This one is already on my loves list and something that I'm pretty sure I'm going to purchase in 2021 once my no buy is over. Love this primer, and I did wear it on days without makeup. as well as under makeup, and I really liked it both ways. And I've never really had a primer where I felt like I could use it. I could use it in both of those ways. So I really like that. And if you know a drugstore dupe for that product, let me know, because I'm not necessarily hung up on it because it's Charlotte Tilbury, but I really liked the effect it had on the skin. And what I liked about this is that it made my skin look glowy without it feeling dewy. And the Glossier You fragrance, I really, really, really loved it. Still has a bit of a smell on it now. I want to repurchase it, but at the moment, I'm not supporting Glossier, at least until their stores reopen. And even then, I'm not sure if I will support them, because I did just post the brands I'm not supporting video, and I'll link it. It's new to my channel. And I did talk about Glossier in there, and I was re-looking at the Out of the Gloss Instagram account. And even though the stores aren't open, it doesn't really feel like the corporate staff is like making an effort to address the demands and needs of the people from Out of the Gloss. So they could be doing something even though the stores aren't open, and it doesn't really seem like there's an interest. You know, I love the product, but not the company at the moment. Buffet. This is the Buffet serum from The Ordinary. I really, really love this, and I would totally repurchase. Same thing with this Marc Jacobs eyeliner. It's in the color Pink of Me. My favorite like waterline eyeliner. It gives you that, like, you know, that awake effect. I notice it makes such a difference when I don't have it on and then I put it on. It really makes my eyes look much brighter. I did have a ColourPop gel liner on backup from last year. It's in this like nudie color, at least nude for my skin tone, and I don't like it. It's much more subtle. I do have it on today, and I much prefer the pink. So once that's done, I'm not even gonna mess around with trying other things, and I'm just gonna purchase this one. Okay, we are getting down to the bottom of this little basket. There's more in here than I thought. The next thing is this e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. This was another one in the project. This didn't really do it for me. It's finished. I didn't really like it. I have other powders I like better. I bought it when I placed an order on the e.l.f. website back in 2019. It was one of those like, oh, it's like $2. Let me throw it in. It just wasn't worth it. I like other things much more. Another makeup product is the Romantic Rose lipstick from Maybelline. This was a beautiful color, but I have a ton of other mauve pinks in my collection that aren't Maybelline. So I would rather use those than Maybelline. This is the Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion Age Defying Exfoliator. I just finished this in my project pan. I wouldn't recommend it. This is like 120 Canadian dollars for a stupid little exfoliator. It's ridiculous how expensive this is. And it smells so strongly of lemon. So there's citrus in here somewhere, even though on the back, there's no ingredient list at all. It must have been on the outer packaging. I don't want to put lemon scented anything on my face, especially an exfoliator. And an exfoliator that's over $100. The next thing is this It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I really love this. This came in a Sephora like mascara set from last year. I really, really loved it. And this is one of the few high-end mascaras that I would consider repurchasing. But it can get gloopy really easily, which is the only downside. Also, can you see that edge there? I didn't do anything weird. I just pulled it out, pulled it back in, and it just gets really, really gunky. It's gross. But I do remember back in like 2015 when CoverGirl released their new mascara at the time. I can't remember what it's called. I'll either put the name or the picture on the screen. And I remember Emily Noel comparing this mascara to that CoverGirl mascara. So now that CoverGirl is cruelty-free and I remember that comparison, I would probably try that mascara over the It Cosmetics one because it's cheaper. I don't remember if It Cosmetics is cruelty-free. The Glossier birthdaybalm.com, love this. Would repurchase it if it wasn't from Glossier and if it was vegan, but it's not, so I won't. That one's simple. A deodorant, please excuse its nasty cover. I always find the Schmidt deodorants, they just get everywhere. I really did like this scent and I would use it again. I do want to talk about the retinol really quickly. This is a retinol derivative. This was okay. I did use the whole thing and this lasted me like 2.5 months. So I do have another one and I will pull it out in just a little while, but I do want to use some more exfoliating products, which you shouldn't use with retinol. So I want to do that and hopefully use up my drunk elephant mask and other kind of acid masks. Again, I'm gonna say this. If you are interested in retinol, don't go buy that $100 retinol from Drunk Elephant. This full price cost me $20, but because of my insurance, I pay $5 for retinol that Drunk Elephant is charging $100 for. So if I ever needed retinol in the future, it would be a prescription. Okay, a couple of nail polish items. This is a Sally Hansen Nail Growth Miracle treatment. I've had this for years. It's finally gone. Sally Hansen's not cruelty free, so I'm happy to have that out. But I did try the Sensation Nail Natural Top Coat. It's vegan, cruelty free, gluten free, 85% natural ingredients. It's 16 free and made out of beets, cassava, and potato. This was horrible and the absolute worst top coat I have ever used. And I bought it because it was like vegan and natural, and nail polish can be really harsh and made of really harsh ingredients and it can really smell. So I tried with this, but it was horrible. I would not recommend. I did mention this nail polish in my fall video. This is the I Must Have It nail polish from Wet n Wild. This was so, I tried painting my nails after that video. It was so gloopy. It like wouldn't go on my nail. It was horrible. It's 5 years old. And while I've talked about age does not mean that a product is inherently bad, but this was bad. It was absolutely horrible. So it's time to go. Just, I guess, a reminder that nail polish should not go in the garbage and it needs to go with your, I don't know what the name is called, but it's like specialty waste. And my family will just like get together all of those kinds of toxic waste products or like specialty disposal products and put them together and just like take it one time or 2 times a year. So this is going to go in there. I did finish a beauty blender, or sorry, this is the Real Technique sponge. I am currently using one from e.l.f. I did finish the Moroccan Oil Protect and Prevent spray. This is kind of the same thing I talked about with the Bumble and Bumble. I don't really need an expensive UV protection spray, even though this was nice. I did finish the e.l.f. like under eye setting powder. I do miss this. When I was using it at the time, I felt like this was a superfluous kind of product. Like, I have other powders. I don't need this. And I've been playing around with other powders, and so far nothing has been doing this job. I haven't finished experimenting, so I don't know if I'll actually repurchase this, but so far none of the powders I've used have done the job that this has done and have like set my under eyes and look as good as this. I thought that there would be better out there, but so far not yet. So I'm gonna have to do some more testing and then, see about a repurchase on this. So this one at the moment is a maybe. I did use up my ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. I really, really liked it. I really liked how tiny this wand is. I'm currently using 2. I have one from e.l.f. and I have one from Essence. The Essence wand was a bit of a learning curve because I found that wand to be really, really big and that the color on that product is a little darker, so I was getting it above my brows. Neither of those colors are perfect with my more warm toned hair. This color isn't perfect either, but if I was supporting ColourPop, I would have bought it if I ever placed a ColourPop order because I really did like it. But at the same time, like, this is dupable. This is not any kind of remarkable brow product. There's so many out there, even at the drugstore. I feel like the e.l.f. Wow Brow is, I think, has better hold than this as well. And you can get it for $5 Canadian at the drugstore. Whereas this is like $6 USD, which has to be shipped, and, you know, have to, the money has to be converted to Canadian as well. So I would much rather purchase one from the drugstore. And then the Tarte Big Ego Mascara, this was just okay, not my kind of wand. And I also found that like this particular sample was so flimsy, and like the wand just jiggles around in there, and like, just look at it. Look at this tiny little handle and this huge wand. It was just really awkward to use, and I didn't like the formula anyways, so totally a pass. The last thing I want to highlight is this Dermalogica primer sample. I love this. This was, again, another primer that I really, really, really loved from that mini and sample project pan, and I think I would also like to buy in the future. Maybe not, maybe not buying 2 primers at once, but this one did have a different function than that Charlotte Tilbury one I mentioned. This one is much more smoothing, and that Charlotte Tilbury one is just more glowy. The one that I would buy first would be the Charlotte Tilbury primer, because I've never used a primer like that in my life, and I have used smoothing primers before, so I'm kind of excited about using something a little bit newer. I just have a whole bunch of samples in here and some other products from my mini sample project pan, like, you know, the Clinique cleanser and other things like that. If you want more reviews on all my minis, I will link my mini and sample project pan video in the eye, whichever side it's on. And that's it. Looking at all of this stuff, like, it's actually a pretty big pile on this table. There's very little that I would repurchase. It's really solidifying my preferences, and some things I would play around with in the future, like hand creams and moisturizers, until I found one. But there are some things on here where it's like, I know I found the one that I like, and there's no harm in sticking to it and enjoying it. Like this e.l.f. Wow Brow. I would totally buy this again in the future. This is just the box. And no need to try every single thing, every single shampoo, every single face wash out there just to try. And other staples like this, like, I now know that I found my one. So, you know, no need to try. But I hope that these reviews were helpful, and that that this was useful information for you. And if not, I hope it was a bit of a fun little video to watch. I really love watching Empties, and I hope you enjoyed this one too. So that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again around here soon. Bye.